want to tell you how my tiny game store is planning on taking down the company that owns and controls Dungeons and Dragons, also known as Wizards of the Coast. Impossible, you might say? Well, for the past 2 years, I have been laying down a master plan to dethrone Wizards of the Coast, and I have just activated Phase 2. Let me explain. Wizards of the Coastline have a program called Adventures League, an angel program that allows anyone anywhere to walk into any game store of their choosing and play a game of D&D and then take their character home and go to other games and other groups. The idea of universal D&D that wasn't tied to any set group of players or even game store. And let's actually give credit where credit is due. Warlocks on the beach? This is a fantastic idea. Sure, the uncontested best way to play a role-playing game like D&D is with a group of friends who meet regularly and go through a series of games for a campaign. However, for a majority of people with tight schedules, no friends, or both, this is kind of impossible. So a system that allows you to play a pickup game anywhere and then continue using that character so you can still get that sense of accomplishment is amazing. And on paper, Adventures League sounds like a fantastic way to grow and support your community. So you think it's a no-brainer to invest in, right? Right? Well, Sorcerers of the Sandbar couldn't care less, and they have tossed the rotting corpse of this program to third-party companies like Baldman Games and Gamehole Con in the United States and the Greasy Snitches in the Philippines. They've turned this program kind of into their own self-promotion thing, and good for them. But honestly, the program is unloved and underfunded. And I have tested this. For an entire year, I slaved away and sent reports on how many players visited and used Adventures League in my store. And we usually brought in over 20 players a week. And you know what? For my store, for all that hard work, do you think we got any support? Maybe a free adventure to run. Maybe any rules? Maybe a single book? A single D20? Nothing. My game store got absolutely nothing. Compare this to Magic the Gathering, run by the same exact company, Witches of the Peninsula. For running games of Magic, I get free cards, stickers, enamel pins, posters. I get different game modes for people to play in the store. I get tournament support. But for Dungeons and Dragons, you get nothing. This is where I come in. For the past 2 years, I have been working on my own program to replace Adventures League. For the first year, we wrote a new adventure every week, and we created a system for people to be able to walk into our game store any day, play any of these adventures with any dungeon master. We allowed your character to collect loot, level up, grow, and then these characters turned around and they would affect the story of the campaign. Some of our regulars, their characters even became NPCs that we featured in upcoming adventures, and so other players can interact with them. And our game masters got paid for their time and effort. Being a game master is almost another job. Why shouldn't they get paid for all their hard work? This allowed us to vet and bring on some of the best local game masters in Utah. So our games of D&D were not only really fun, but also accessible for new players, welcoming to all players, and protected from toxic players. These 2-hour games came at the cost of $15, which is about the price of a movie ticket, and a majority of the money went to supporting the game master, and the rest went to support our store. And it works. We've had over 1,000 people come into our store and play D&D. This turned around and let us set up the world record for the biggest game of D&D ever played. Our world record game was like the Super Bowl of D&D. Over 1,000 players, over 200 tables playing in an area. And the people who had invested their time, watched the games, and learned the story, they got to be the heroes of the final game. 2 years we have worked and proven that we can support and grow this program, and now we are ready for Phase 2. Phase 2 has a few different objectives. We now have online play, allowing anyone anywhere around the world to play in the comfort of your own home. Can't make it to the game store? We'll bring it to you. Number 2, we want to grow this program to other game stores with a proven, profitable program other game stores now have a reason to support TTRPGs. This program isn't possible without the support of our great players. I cannot thank the people who come into our game store and play enough. You have changed my life. You've changed my game masters' lives. And you are the community of RPG players that we work so hard to support on. My dream of this program is to make RPGs accessible to anyone. If you've never played an RPG, or if it's hard to find a group, or if your schedule is tough to work with, this system is perfect for you. Check out our website for upcoming games. Check out the Dead Wars so you can keep track on this year's game. We are writing a new adventure every week, which you can play either in store or online. With your support, we will one day dethrone Adventures League and replace Wizards of the Coast program with a much better supported program, allowing people anywhere to play, allowing game masters to turn it into a full-time job, and allowing RPGs to be enjoyed and experienced by anyone around the world. Thank you.